Catherine. Today we're going to talk about dividing plants with rhizomes. Well, what's a rhizome? If you take a close look at our Elkhorn Fern, this is a beautiful, easy fern, somewhat related to the staghorn fern, but it grows with these leaves that have these fans on the end. I think it's a great fern, and it's pretty easy. But the way it grows is the root and the stem is combined in that it grows across the top of the soil. So the way you divide them is to pick a spot in between the roots and the rhizomes and literally just divide it. So I'm going to take my nice sharp trusty knife, take a spot between most of the stems that you see on the top and cut it down the middle. Now you can see here that one of the sections had rhizomes right through it. This one right here, you can see on top the stems that are coming to the leaves, and then this part. So it's easy to just separate it in half, and now you can pot it in fresh soil, and all the spaces that it sprouts, that the rhizome hits the soil, it will then sprout new plants. Sometimes when they run against the edge of the container, they just get kind of mashed up. And when you put these in a new pot, put this right in the middle and it can spread out and become all new stems. Now a couple other plants that are also rhizome plants like this are fairly common. The most common one that's easily divided is your Sanseveria. That's your old-fashioned mother-in-law tongue. These can be divided anywhere. They come like this. This is Sanseveria laurentii. There's Sanseveria zelanica, which looks like this, only it has dark green without the yellow. And then there's a whole series of new Sanseverias. So if you take a look, nope, I don't know how happy this one's going to be about coming out. I'll show you this way. If you take a look, the stems come out and each one has a circular leaf petiole. And then what you're going to be able to do is just decide where you're going to cut it in between it. There's a couple other plants I wanted to show you how to divide, and these are really great indoor plants, very, very hardy. They're called Aspidistra, the cast iron plant. And you see how nice and even the roots are. Same thing as the Elkhorn Fern. It has a rhizome. If you take a look, you can see it kind of goes along. This is the newest leaf, and these are the ones behind it. So again, you take a spot, kind of part them like you're parting your hair, like you were going to braid it. Find a spot where you can get kind of a clean cut in between them. I'm going to turn it this way so you can see. Right here, we got kind of a clean cut, and I can cut it here, and I can cut it here, and I can make two Aspidistra. This particular variety is called the Milky Way. It has little spots, like the Milky Way galaxy, all over it. That's why they call it Milky Way. Grows about this high, and then it just gets fuller and fuller and fuller as it grows. The classic Aspidistra, or cast iron, is a much bigger leaf. And as you see, same thing. We want to divide it. We kind of part the leaves, figure out a spot where we can cut between them, and then we can just divide it. When we had our nursery in Florida, these, we used to take a really full Aspidistra in a pot like this. You could make as many as a dozen new plants. You'd set them right in the center. And any of your rhizomaceous plants, daylilies, all can be divided in the same way. So enjoy dividing them. You can make many more plants, and it's the same basics for your indoor plants, which I showed you today, but also the same kinds of plants with rhizomes that grow outside. Enjoy!